Tonight, WSU finds alarming mental health data through a study.
And medical assistance will expand at the Pullman Regional Hospital.
Tonight, WSU discovers a historic artifact.
And the Veterinary College receives an anonymous donation. Tonight, why Central Washington University went on lockdown.
And the tax increase measure that will be on the ballot in April.
And why Sunnyside Elementary was evacuated. Murrow News 8 starts now.
SWX Tonight starts right now.
Well, it looks as if the Mariners' rebuilding plan will continue on well after today's MLB trade deadline. The M's made sure to wait until the very last minute to acquire some young talent to invest in their future plans. For more than 2 million people in the U.S. who suffer from celiac disease, WSU and others are developing a wheat type that fights back. President Trump and North Korean leader Kim Jong-un met in Hanoi, Vietnam, with intentions of reaching a denuclearization deal. The talks, however, ended abruptly last night with no deal being met. President Trump told reporters afterwards that North Korea had asked that the U.S. sanctions be lifted entirely, but the president said they could not take that step at this time. Trump also insisted that the walkout was a friendly and mutual one, but as of now, there is no next meeting in the foreseeable future. Another huge attraction began selling tickets today, but at a much higher demand. The Watershed Festival began selling tickets at 10 this morning. Watershed is a 3-day country music festival taking place at the Gorge Amphitheater in George Washington. That will include Jason Aldean, Zach Brown Band, and Miranda Lambert as this year's headliners. This will be the 8th year for the Watershed Festival that draws crowds from all over the state of Washington and the country. We were lucky enough to get one of the head guys here at the Adobe Creative Jam, and so I'm going to go ahead and send it off to Elijah Clayton live with our guy. Now when we come back, Nathan Sent tells us just how old WSU is, as well as what Washington state law will be more strictly enforced. All that when Murrow News 8 continues.
Back to you at the desk.
Thanks, Brady, so much for that weather update. Now I'm Noah Schmick with your sports update. The most popular jersey at Washington State home basketball games will be hanging in the rafters at Beasley Coliseum. Klay Thompson's #1 jersey will be retired next season, according to athletic director Pat Chun last Friday night. It seemed like the clock on the MLB's trade deadline day had ran out, but the Seattle Mariners decided to pull a last-second move aimed at acquiring some young talent. In other trade deadline news, the Mariners have elected to trade the relievers Roenis Elias and Hunter Strickland to the Washington Nationals in exchange for a trio of minor league pitchers. Now to the biggest blockbuster trade that came between the Houston Astros and the Arizona Diamondbacks. The Astros will acquire 6-time All-Star and former American League Cy Young Award winner Zach Greinke, who will join Justin Verlander, Garrett Cole, and Wade Miley atop of Houston's daunting rotation. Mariners starting a quick 2-game series in the Lone Star State against the Texas Rangers, and the M's go right to work in the first inning. Domingo Santana lifts a high fly ball to right center field, and it keeps going, and it is gone for a home run, and that's his 21st of the season. Just like that, Seattle's on the board, 1-0. Then in the second, Cal Seager with a silver bullet to center. Delino DeShields Jr. can't come up with the ball as the ball goes off his glove for the home run. Seager's 9th on the year, and that makes it 2-0. Now to the 6th inning. 5-1, Mike Leake on the hill. He runs into trouble here as Danny Santana takes one deep to right, and this one stays fair for the home run. That makes it a 5-2 ball game. Later in the inning, 2 on, former Spokane Indian Rundador. He lines the 2-2 pitch into the gap. Both runners come around to score on the double. That makes it a 1-run game, 5-4. Still in the 6th, DeShields sends one into right field. Odor scores easily. Leake gives up 4 hits and 4 runs in the 6th. He leaves with the game tied at 5. But the Mariners, oh no, they're coming back. They strike back in the 7th inning. 2 on for Seager, and he breaks that tie. A line drive into the gap will score 2 runs. Seager coasts into 3rd with a triple. Seattle retakes the lead for good, winning it 8-5 over the Texas Rangers. Is it too early to say the Mariners are good? After a 13-5 blowout on Monday and a 6-3 win on Tuesday over the Kansas City Royals, the Seattle Mariners have the best record in the MLB with 11 wins and 2 losses. The Mariners can thank their hot start to their offense that leads the majors in several categories, but the big stat that has kept them winning is their runs scored. The first round of the NFL draft is underway, and one Washington State football player is waiting to hear his name be called. Cougar offensive tackle Andre Dillard is currently in Nashville, Tennessee at the first round of the NFL draft and has came a long way from being a two-star high school recruit in the town of Woodinville, Washington. Dillard is projected to be a middle of the first round pick, but could be a top 10 pick thanks to his pass blocking skills. In the last 20 years, only Ryan Leaf, Marcus Trufant, and Dayon Buchanan have been the only WSU players to be picked up in the first round.